another one on. I'm gonna put a bikini on. I can't believe it, but it's called the Lauren.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect, perfect. Hi everyone, we're here talking and shopping in Montreal, and it is fantastic to be here. We're meeting Naomi Caron, swimwear designer of Selfish Swimwear. She's made it her mission to offer ethical, sustainable, and an empowering shopping experience. I absolutely love designer studios, so let's go check it out.
I'm so happy to have you. Welcome.
I'm so happy to be here. The studio's so fantastic.
Thank you.
Oh, it's so brilliant. Show me around a little bit and we'll get talking.
Let me show you what I have new this season. I'm bringing a little alter neck that has been our best seller, but in this great print.
Fabulous. Oh, I love mesh.
Yeah.
I love mesh. I'm probably gonna try something on
All
after.
open back, so that's fun for tanning too.
Yeah.
And then I have plenty of other styles depending on the kind of support you prefer.
Yeah, show me support.
This is more supportive. Of course, it's a small, but we go to XXL. This is really supportive because you have straps with elastic, and it's all like really comes with elastic support under the bust.
And then you have core styles, right?
Yeah, of course. I have also all the one pieces. Of course, black is our basic, so we have a lot of that with the mix of mesh. So those are really good pieces that are timeless and stay in style for a long time.
Can you say anything is your favorite?
It's really hard because I can say a lot of them is my favorite, but I do like this color right now that is more like chocolate rust color.
Yes.
It's also similar to this one that was really popular, so I would say these. And this little bralette that I have in multiple collection, I really love because I know some bralette would look not supportive, but it's actually really. Yeah, so there's elastic everywhere, adjustment on the straps, under bust too. So a lot of people are surprised how supportive it is and how much you can do with that.
And how long does it take to make a pattern?
Pattern, it depends. Now we're pretty good, so it could take 2 hours around that if we're doing like really nice correction to make it perfect. And then sewing, it could take another 1.5 hours depending on the model. So let me show you where the magic happens. It's kind of a mess, but this is a fashion design studio where we make everything. So from the pattern itself to the last stitch. Okay, so here we have a little bit of things that we are working on. Bathing suits that are not done yet, bathing suit in like little pieces, and this is pretty much all the machinery that we're using.
Local production is like built into the brand. So how many team members are you up to now?
So now we're 2 seamstress and 2 assistant, plus me. So we're around like 4 and 5, depending on the moment. And but yeah, so we make around 2,000 bathing suits per year. So with 2-3 seamstress, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But we're doing it. We're making it work. So everything's good.
And it launched in 2017.
17, 18. 17 was pretty much my tryout here, trying to just have my samples tried by different people, different boutiques, and see what was the response at the time. So.
And how long have you been in this space?
So this studio, it's been 3 years. We've been in the building 6 years. So just trying to move different location, different studio, I mean, where it was like smaller, and then now that the business grew, so we went to this bigger space. And now we're moving again at the end of the month to a bigger space. So it's good because it means the business is growing and we need more room to do more. You know?
So I do always think it's best to start at the beginning. I'm curious as to why you decided to choose the swimwear category of the fashion industry.
When I finished fashion school, I know I wanted to like start my own brand, but I just didn't know what product yet because there's so much competition, there's so much on the market already. And then it just happened like that. I had a customer that came to me and it was like, she was like, can you make me a custom made bathing suit? At the time, I didn't know how to make it. I was like, oh, that's a really like fun thing to do. I'm willing to try. And then it really went smoothly. Like I was like, this is actually fun. And then I thought of it and I was like, like there's a need in the market. There's not enough sustainable, well-fitted, stylish, timeless also bathing suit that is offered. So I was like, you know what, I'll do it myself.
So with sustainability in your business, on top of local production, it means recycled fiber fabrics that you source from Italy. What does that mean?
So it's actually a brand new fabric. We use mainly nylon and polyester. So nylon is made of petroleum. So instead of going down to the natural source to like extract the petroleum, what they're doing, the company, is that they're using post-consumption products, so such as fishnets, carpets, you know, those rubber carpet commercial ones.
Yeah.
So everything that is made of petroleum, they're melting down the product to have back this petroleum fiber, and they're making the fiber, the thread out of it. So the fabric is new, but the fiber is recycled.
You've made it your mission to offer sustainable, ethical swimwear for all ages and shapes, to elevate and to empower these women. Why is this so important to you?
Because it's hard for those people to find bathing suit. A lot of the brands on the market make tiny bikinis for the perfect shape women, 0, 2, but the other people, the people that have more curve, it's really hard to find stylish, but also like really elegant bathing suits. So, and also I like the challenge. I don't like doing things that are too easy, so why not go all in and do really complex bathing suit?
Buying a bathing suit is not often a fabulous experience, but it is quite an empowering garment, like when it hits. And I find that swimwear has superpower. You set off to change this experience. So can you fill me and the audience in about what it's like to come have a personal fitting with you?
So when you come for a fitting, what's fun is that we take our time. So fitting usually take an hour, and we're really compassionate and understandable of the issue. So a lot of women are gonna come, oh, I have a very heavy bust, or I have like a rectangle shape. So we work around what she needs, what she likes, and we just try a bunch of bathing suits.
They're so beautiful, and I'm for sure gonna try some on before I leave, so let's go.
Let's go.
So
nice.
Good.
I love it.
It's so good as a bodysuit.
Exactly.
And I'm going to Europe, and I can only take a carry-on.
So that's easy to roll it.
And speaking of travel, where have you shot some of the campaigns? Because you've traveled, right?
I shot in Guadeloupe. I shot in Haiti also. We also shoot in Miami. A lot of different places.
Okay, I'm gonna put another one on. I'm gonna put a bikini on. I can't believe it, but it's called the Lauren.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
Yay!
Oh my gosh! It's so comfortable. It really, really is.
Lovely on you.
So this is the Lauren.
Lauren top.
Lauren top.
And Anna bottom.
And Anna bottom. Oh,
well, it's really soft fabric.
Yeah,
stretch, but also you have a good tension to it, so it's still like, you know, stays together.
Well, it's beautiful. Good work, my friend. Good work. It's so good to be here. It's so amazing to see it in real life. I love it.
And I'm so happy you tried them.
I'm gonna get changed, and we are heading to Maguire Boutique.
Yes.
Together.
Cool.
So we're here in Mile End at the Maguire Boutique, and a girl can never have too many shoes. So let's go chat with Miriam Maguire, the founder, and do some shopping. Hi, Miriam.
Hi.
It's so good to see you.
Yeah,
Thanks for Hi. It is so brilliant to finally be visiting Montreal and visiting you in person, and I absolutely love your boutique. Can you tell me how you chose the location and the neighborhood?
Yeah, so the first store that we opened was a tiny shop into sunglasses and glasses shop. So we were right next door, and one day I walk in and I see this huge, big and empty space. And I decided, okay, it's too small right there, so we're gonna move next door and we'll build something. So what most people don't know is that our offices are actually at the back, and it's like 3 times bigger at the back of the store.
And you guys designed everything?
Yeah, so we designed all the product in our office at the back, And we also collaborated on like the design of the store with a local Montreal studio called Atelier Catherine. And we did the store in Toronto also with them and the store in New York. And yeah, so all the products are made by our team. So it's a team of women. So I think it makes a difference in like the comfort of the product, because we're a bunch of different women trying the shoes with like different foot size, ankle size. So I think it really makes a difference, because most shoes are designed and made by men.
Oh my God, yeah, you're so right. And I know you keep core styles and add colors, but how many new styles do you guys like to add every year?
Yeah, so we always try to add at least like a 30 to 40% novelty, because like our core styles are so good and sell out really quickly. Often it's like really tempting to like redo them again and again, but we always try to keep at least like 30–40% of novelty, so that our customers that already have the core style can also find something new.
Can you show me something that you're really loving?
One style that actually left pretty quickly was like these shoes.
Oh, they're so pretty.
So these shoes, like we got them and I think a week after they were almost gone. So we only have a few pair left, and I think next year, that's an example of like a style we'll bring back in new color next year.
How long does it take to make a new one?
So it depends if you have to design it from scratch and do the pattern and do the correction process, because you can correct a shoe up to 3 times before it goes to the market. It can also be 5 times if like the factory is not getting really what you want to do. But usually if we want to reorder, it's going to take at least 2 months to 3 months.
So your core styles, some of them have been with you like 3 years, 4 years. Is that one?
Yeah, this one every time it sell out, so we never order enough, and we try to change the color, but it keeps selling. So it's like every new customer we have fall in love with this one and then discover other product. We also have the bikinis, which is a nice like statement sandal for like weddings or events.
You spoke about designing the shoes and being a woman and comfort.
Yeah.
You have styles and sizes for wide feet and narrow feet. Is that true?
So often, like I would say, some style will fit better like larger feet. So this one is a style that fits really well large feet, and then we'll have a style made on a different last that will fit better narrow feet. So we try to like always balance our style. If we have heels, one heel for narrow feet, one heel for large feet. And we found one factory that goes up to size 45.
Okay.
And they start at size 34, which is really rare.
Okay, so your factories are super important. You are very transparent. Your website is extremely helpful. You provide tons of information, and you wanted to make the luxury experience more friendly and also accessible. So you have cut out the middleman. Can you explain your mission?
So we did like back in the days, basically we go directly in the factory, design the shoes and bring them back to our store. So usually in the traditional like footwear industry, you might have someone translating for you, taking a part of the profit, you don't know how much. So you might need a translator, so you might need a distributor also. So if I was selling my shoes at big chain, then they would need to take 50% of the profit. So obviously the price of my product would go up. So by really cutting the middleman, I'm able to keep a good control on the price.
So you've sourced amazing relationships with your factories. There's Portugal, Italy, Spain, and some of these factories do produce for some of the top names.
Yeah.
Would you ever share what that is?
Yeah, so we always try to source factory from brand we love and admire. So we try to find like factories that already work with these brands, so they're not afraid to innovate. So I would say like I found a factory that produces Gani, that produces Mista, which is another brand I love. And I love everything they do. They develop everything themselves. So obviously we don't copy their style. We just produce in the same factory or original design. It's like brands that we always admire, and now we get to produce in the same factory as them.
You're both female founders. What's it like being women in business or women in business in Montreal?
So I think like being in business in Montreal, it's a good thing because like rent are affordable. It makes it easier for a startup to grow compared to like I live in London before and I couldn't imagine myself starting a business there with like the price of everything. So I think that's why I came back to Montreal to start a business. But being a woman in business, I would say the most challenging thing is get the funding necessary that we need to grow. Often like bankers will be men, and then when you talk to them about your new swimwear project or your new footwear project, they don't really see the need and the niche in the market. So that's why I feel representation in banks are really important because it's really hard. So right now we have a shop in New York, things are doing great, but we still have the same line of credit than what we had like when we only had one store and now we have 3. So that's something that is really challenging and I feel it's because we are women and our product touches women and my man banker doesn't always understand.
Well, what I could say is that I think our worst enemy is ourselves. The way we do business, a lot of time we underestimate ourselves and we undervalue ourselves. So it's hard to pitch to those bankers and have the confidence and ask the money that we actually need because we're always playing, down low and we're trying our best to do with what we have. So I think it's just it's gaining confidence in our business skills, but I think Montreal has a lot to offer. It has a lot of programs to support female minorities business, so a lot of programs to help people that would need that extra help.
You both have managed to cultivate community and a loyal following. Do you have any secrets for that?
Well, in my case, I think I personally got a good grasp of my customer base, but also this kind of connection with them through the fitting experience. So when they come over to my studio, we try a bunch of bathing suits. So it's really an intimate and really personal kind of a service experience. So people really feel comfortable there and they leave with a smile. So I think this kind of natural, kind of business way of doing spreads the words really nicely, even more powerful than any social media and I think marketing.
For us, when we started 5 years ago, it was kind of the end of Instagram being easy to get lots of followers quickly. So we enter in the slow phase of Instagram. So our following was growing really slowly. So I would say we've been really patient in building this community and we really build it one customer at a time, not trying to bypass or do lots of contests to just gain followers. So I feel like every person that is interacting with us or is on our social media is really a fan. And I think also showing a bit the behind the scene of the business really helped to create a connection with the customers.
You both weathered the pandemic storm. Did anything surprise you about yourself?
Well, I was really surprised to see how our customers were switching kind of their mentality. They were looking more into putting their money at the right place, so looking into transparency, but brands also that represented their own values. And at first I thought it was a trend, but I feel like people know, they really want to know who you are, where it's made, how it's made, the quality and everything. So I think that shift really made me realize that we have a big opportunity in the luxury space.
So I always knew that I love challenges. So this was a pretty big challenge. We were supposed to open Toronto on March 15, 2020, which the store never opened for almost 11 months because the restriction was really hard in Ontario. So I feel what surprised me is how fast I can react to very difficult situations. But it's kind of all a blur now, this period, because so much thing happened, so much stress happened. After that, stop thinking pandemic mode and trying to think, okay, how can we make that the new normal and thrive, So redoing our website, thinking about opening New York, it's all about changing your mindset and keep a positive mindset. And I feel that's what surprised myself, that I was able to do that, even if the situation was quite difficult.
It's no secret that I love designers, I love artists, I love you guys. So a favorite question of mine is, What advice do you have for somebody who wants to start a line or open a boutique?
So I would say my advice would be go work first, because I know it's really trendy to be an entrepreneur and start your own business, but there's a lot of challenges, and if you have experience before and you kind of know how to react in certain situations and move quickly, and like you already know the mistake you made in the past and you're not repeating them in your business, I feel that's the best advice. Also, you're going to be more credible. We were talking about banks that also help if you already put money aside to start your business, or you already own an apartment or something. It's going to help you to also start your business.
My advice would be to get some business classes, because I finished fashion school and I was really good at creating a product and designing, but managing a business, founding, like leading a business, it's something completely different. What I've learned is that you don't have a business if you only have a product.
Or find a business partner. I feel like being with my sister that have like a different set of skills than I do is really helpful. And also sometimes one is not doing so well or is discouraged, the other one is doing great and can like bring you back up. So you're always like in a roller coaster, but often when you're two, you won't be in the down of the roller coaster at the same time. So I feel like having also a business partner makes things easier.
You guys are both so incredibly inspiring. I can't thank you enough for sharing your time, your stories, your amazing spaces. But now I have to try on some shoes.
Yeah, and do you want to visit the office?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Let's go.
Oh, that was so great. Thank you for joining me.
It's my pleasure.
It was so lovely to see you, and thank you so much for having me in your studio and joining me on Talking and Shopping.
Anytime, whenever you're in Montreal.